to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Do you believe in angels? Many people do, and this hypnosis session is based on the idea of healing angels. So not those kind of big, grand, biblical kind of angels, but just imagine tiny, almost like firefly-sized angels. But just imagine if you were about to drift off to sleep in a mystical, magical forest, floating on a little cloud, and just imagine hundreds of very powerful, kind, compassionate, healing angels, not just helping you get to sleep, but healing any part of your body, any part of your emotions, any part of your spirit that needs healing. Well, you've come to the right place. My name is Adam, and in this hypnosis session, that's what you can expect, a hypnosis session about healing angels. Now, one of the wonderful things about hypnosis is that it utilizes the power of your imagination. And just like when you watch a good movie, you can suspend belief to enjoy the movie. You know that action movie isn't realistic, but you kind of get in with it anyway. And that can also happen in hypnosis. So even if you don't believe in mystical forests and healing angels, your unconscious will accept certain suggestions that feel beneficial for you. So if you feel that you would want to heal yourself in any way, even if you don't know really what needs to be healed, because this uses a powerful metaphor of intuitive healing angels that simply know what you need, you might get some value from this. The actual client that I was working with had certain issues around their eye and in their chest, and that's why some of those suggestions are linked into this. But because they're intuitive healing angels, in your experience, they might go to your knee if you have knee pain, or your back if you have back pain, or your head if you have migraines. Whatever your body needs, just expect the angels to kind of move to that location. Now, the ending of this session has two different endings. It has what's called I don't know if you remember those choose your own adventure books where if you have one page, you get a different storyline than another. But that's kind of what this is all about. At the end, it says, when I count from 1 to 10, if you want to drift off into sleep, you'll go to sleep. And if you want to awaken, you will awaken. So if you are listening to this and you want to drift off to sleep, I would say prepare your body in such a way that you can do that. So wear the clothing appropriate to go to sleep, have the lighting appropriate to go to sleep, and also try not to listen on headphones. Maybe listen in something that means that if you were listening and you drift off to sleep, you're not going to get tangled up in cables or, have a Bluetooth headphone fall out of your ear. So just have the intention. Equally, if you're listening to this and you don't have the intention, I would say don't listen in bed. Find a nice comfy chair or sofa, and that might be better for you. The suggestions, of course, were linked to the client that I was working with. So if you do like the idea of working with me directly, there will be a link in the description where you can schedule a completely free consultation call. We'll have a chat, and it might very well be the case that we end up working together, me as your hypnotherapist. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take A deep breath in. And as you breathe in that feeling of calm relaxation. And as you exhale, feel a wonderful feeling of release. As if any tension, stress, or worries is just leaving your body in your outward breath. Breathing in relaxation, exhaling tension. And notice as you breathe out that you allow your body to let go of any tension, any worries, any stress, and just settle into that feeling of pure comfort. That's right. And notice that when you breathe deeper, you can breathe in more of that relaxation. And as you exhale, you can release any feelings of tiredness, any feelings of stress or worry, and just feel your body start to adapt. Maybe that's your jaw getting looser, your breathing getting slower, or your arms and legs feeling so relaxed they feel limp and loose. That's it. Breathing in and breathing out, and the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe. And as your body relaxes, your imagination awakens. And I want you to imagine what it would be like to be reading a children's book, a book of fantasy, of fairy tales, of magic. And as you flick through the pages of that book, I wonder if you could imagine an illustration of a clearing in a forest. And you get a sense that this is a mystical, magical forest. And as you breathe in and breathe out, I want you to imagine what it would feel like to float into the page and find yourself there, standing there beside that magical, mystical forest. And I want you to get a feeling that it's a pure, clean place. Imagine now, perhaps barefooted in that mystical forest, maybe with the sensation of soft moss beneath your feet, feeling relaxed and noticing that the air is so clean, so pure, perhaps with just a mild scent of pine or wild flowers. And as you walk into the forest, find that clearing. And as you find the clearing, you notice that sunlight filters through the trees like beams of gold. And every step you take in that forest feels light, effortless, and serene. And at the edge of the clearing, I want you to see an unusual bush filled with brightly colored berries. And your intuition is telling you that these are healing berries. magical healing berries. And I want you to imagine starting to pick the berries from that bush. And each berry has a different taste, but nothing like normal berries. Not like a blueberry or a blackberry, or a raspberry or a strawberry. These tastes are distinctive, strong, sweet, tangy perhaps. But you get the sense that these are magic berries in a mystical forest that have the unique property of healing. And as you eat the berries, you could almost imagine feeling that healing energy within you, feeling that the healing properties of the berries are already going to work. That's it. And I want you to imagine there, after having a few of those berries, you find yourself in the very center of the clearing in the forest. And I want you to imagine a small cloud is right there in the middle of the clearing. It's just floating about waist high. And I want you to imagine what it would feel like to climb on top of that cloud and lie down like it's a floating, fluffy mattress. It supports your weight, and yet you still sink into the cloud. And with each breath, your body relaxes more completely. Any stress and worries just melt away. And I want you to feel that peace is beginning to flow through you. From the top of your head down your shoulders, and then through your chest and arms, all the way to your fingertips and toes. You are safe here, supported, surrounded by warmth and light. And while you're floating on that cloud, notice the sunshine changing to hues of orange and red as it dawns on you that the sun is setting. And as the sun sets, you start to see glowing shapes. And initially you think of them as fireflies. Vibrant, flying, tiny balls of light. And you can see these tiny shapes drifting through the air, glowing softly. Each one about the size of a ladybug. But one just perches on the end of your nose, and you can see they're not fireflies or ladybugs. These are healing angels. Each one radiates with a shimmering aura of white and gold. And the way they move is peaceful, synergistic, with an intuitive intelligence. And sometimes you recognize a face, or at least an expression, because these faces of these healing angels are peaceful, kind, smiling, and full of compassion. And what started as just a few now become more. I want you to imagine how good it feels just relaxing on that floating cloud. There in the middle of the clearing, as the sunset starts to turn into an early dusk. That's it. And I wonder if you can feel hundreds of these healing angels find their way from the mystical forest there to the clearing, to you in the center on that floating cloud. And hundreds of them flutter and fly so gracefully and elegantly towards you. Some of them rest on your skin, some of them fluttering nearby. But these are healing angels. They're able to go through you if they need to and if they choose to. And you would just feel it like a wonderful sensation of energy. And I wonder if you can sense their purpose. And maybe their purpose is to help your body to restore balance, to soothe and support every cell in healing and regeneration, but in such a way that it's in perfect harmony with the way that your body is naturally healing already. And I want you to feel how wonderful it feels, each one with its own unique, powerful energy. And they surround you, creating a glow around your whole body. And maybe you feel warmth or a tingling sensation moving through you. Feel the energy that fills the air. I want you to get a feeling that some angels are resting on your skin, while others now are gently entering your body through your breath and your heartbeat, carrying their light to the places that need it most. And they intuitively know where you need it most. And you may imagine them journeying to your chest, hovering around a certain area, because the healing angels feel that this part of your body needs more of your attention. And I want you to feel that their healing energy is working in harmony with your immune system. It's working with you. But I want you to notice something profound. Whenever you think of something to be grateful for, the glow of the healing angels gets a tiny bit brighter. And it dawns on you. Gratitude is their fuel. And I want you to think of one thing that you're profoundly grateful for. And as you really connect with that feeling of gratitude, all of those healing angels get a little bit brighter. And feel them helping your body, connecting with its inner wisdom to restore equilibrium, to create comfort, calm, and repair. And maybe some of the others go inside your brain, gravitate towards perhaps the back of your eyes, or anywhere else that needs it. Maybe certain structures or muscles or tendons. Softly soothing tension, balancing signals, bringing clarity and comfort where it's needed. And this is a pleasant sensation. The energy, the warmth, the compassion of these healing angels isn't just healing you. I want you to feel that it's teaching your body how to heal itself. It's turning tiredness into energy, confusion into clarity, despair into hope, It's doing so much more than you ever expected. Each tiny angel moves like a floating ball of light, repairing, harmonizing, calming, always in perfect alignment with your body's deepest knowing. And just allow them to do their work, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in a bit deeper, exhaling for a bit longer. And as you allow them to continue their important healing work, I wonder if you can find a deep serenity settling in your mind. That any old energy, worry, or discomfort seems to dissolve, just like mist in morning sunlight. You're floating on a cloud, but I wonder if you can feel even lighter, even freer, bathed in a sense of renewal and rejuvenation. Every cell seems to glow with harmony and balance, and every organ seems to resonate with empowered vitality. And I wonder if your whole being could feel like a symphony of life. Isn't it true that every part of your body is like a different instrument in an orchestra? But I want you to feel it's all working in harmony, in tune, in rhythm, in peace. All being led by the conductor, which is your intuition. A powerful feeling of doing what your body needs your body to do. And from this place of serenity, of calm and connection, I wonder if you could imagine what it would feel like to dream about your own future. But I want you to imagine dreaming about that future where you are completely healed. Maybe imagine yourself hiking through not just nature, but breathtaking nature. Imagine seeing sunlight glinting in your healthy, radiant eyes, skin glowing with vitality. See your whole body alive with energy and joy. And see yourself with the expression of gratitude, not just for that future journey, but everything that led up to that point, the good and the bad. Some people believe that it's always darkest before the dawn, and some people really believe that life without challenges is not a life, because those challenges can lead to a whole new level of appreciation as to what it means to live and be alive, to choose how to live and what being alive means for you. And I wonder if you can feel the gratitude for that future version of yourself, but also for every step toward health and balance, for every moment of peace and resilience that has got you through difficult times. And I wonder if you can imagine feeling that radiant light still within you. Not just in your dreams, but in your waking hours. Almost like it's guiding your body's natural intelligence. The do what it knows best, to restore, to rejuvenate, to synchronize and thrive. That's it. And as you imagine now, the sunset is now darkness. And as you imagine looking up into the sky, I want you to imagine seeing stars in a clear sky. The angels still there settling around you, forming a cocoon, a blanket of light, keeping you warm, continuing the healing. And imagine these angels giving wonderful words of reassurance. You are healing. You are safe. You are loved. You are worthy. And I want you to imagine what it would feel like there on that cloud, being healed by the angels. To imagine drifting into a deep, rejuvenating sleep. Your breathing slow and steady, and your body weightless and supported by the cloud. And as you drift into that rejuvenating sleep, your subconscious mind continues to absorb all of the messages of harmony, of gratitude and healing. Feel the energy doing its work. Every heartbeat of every angel carries that energy to every part of your body that needs care and renewal, and perhaps even healing those parts of your body that don't even need healing yet. Consider it optimization. Prevention is better than cure. Feel your body updating to a new level of health. And in that dream, you're dreaming of radiant light, of rivers, forests, and mountains. And more of that future where your body feels strong, vibrant, and free. And there you are in the middle of that forest, surrounded by those angels. And very soon, your unconscious will have a choice to either drift deeper and deeper into that rejuvenating sleep, a sleep so deep you will awaken the following day when the time is ready to awaken, or to awaken now, knowing that when it is time to sleep, you will have one of the best night's sleeps you've ever had. Your unconscious gets to choose, because very soon I will count from 1 to 10. If your unconscious wishes you to awaken, when I get to 10, you will awaken full of energy, vitality, and optimism. But if your unconscious would like you to take this wonderful feeling of relaxation and drift deeper into wonderful, rejuvenating sleep, then as I count from 1 to 10, rather than awakening you, it will help you drift even deeper to that wonderful place where quality sleep feels effortless. That's it. Starting to count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of The Hypnotist. If you've enjoyed this episode or got some value from it, please give it a 5-star rating and review. And maybe you know someone that would also benefit from this particular episode, in which case share the episode with them so they can also get the benefit too. And if you would like to listen to this episode where it's just the hypnosis, so no intro, no outro, no explanation, just the hypnosis and completely ad-free, there will be a link in the description where you can subscribe at a very low cost and only get access to the hypnosis. So if that's of interest, please check that out. Thank you again for being a regular listener of The Hypnotist, and I'll see you again soon for more.